Hi, guys.
There it is.
Welcome back to Queen's Gambit. This is... it's funny because inside jokes. So, we're back to Queen's Gambit. TPK Roleplay's Tyranny of Dragons campaign. My name's Dad Magic Juice. I have been put in charge of this game that we're playing, and the people in it. I'm not really in charge of you guys. I'm just kind of the shepherd, as it were. And this is my lovely Clouder. Most of my lovely Clouder. Icarus may or may not be with us later tonight, but either way, that's okay. Let's start out by going around the table as usual and introduce ourselves real quick, as well as our characters. And then we'll do a brief recap of our last session before we dive right in.
All right, we are back, baby. It is me, Sir Heckalot, and I'll be playing Aster, the shifter druid. Let's go on over to Nif.
Hi, it's me. I'm Niffer. I am playing Eliseo Vayarin. They are a Aasimar time wizard, and that is now affordable because I have a cool magic ink that doesn't cost money, and I'm so happy. The mini next to me is Hyacinth or Icarus. Looks like they're gonna shoot me, and that makes me feel threatened on screen. But yeah, skipping them
It's
onto
me.
the cooler twin.
Yes, it's me, Corndog McGraw. I am playing Juno, the Pallid Elf Cleric of the Moonweaver. And I'll pass it to my best buddy, Ulta.
I'm sorry, I'm showing a Twizzler. I'm Chrissy playing Ulta, our Swarm Keeper Ranger, who happens to also be a kobold.
Awesome. All right. Now, last time we were here, for a while now, we've been in Waterdeep, in pursuit of both knowledge and, course of action, essentially, against the Cult of the Dragon. And we had learned that the immediate task ahead of us, essentially, is to gain the favor of the Council, as well as a massive sum of funding for our efforts by essentially racing a band of crime lords against finding some hidden treasure somewhere underneath Waterdeep. On the evening that we are supposed to meet Volothamp Geddarm back at the Awning Portal after a day of some downtime activities, instead we're met with Jamna Gleamsilver, who folks may recall is the halfling rogue that we met on the road on the way to Waterdeep. She lets us know that Volo has gone missing. It seems the plans are in motion early by the crime lords, bandits, going for this treasure here. And apparently part of their plan has been to capture Volothamp himself. So, being led to a place called Mist Shore by Jamna on the edges of the port district in Waterdeep, we find several bandits trying to break into a rundown shack. And that's where the indicator is on the screen right now for everybody. Sneaking along and trying to figure out what's going on, we hear that they're yelling at a woman who's holed up inside the shack. Excuse me. And you guys decide to take pretty quick action against that. Along with that, Jamna herself takes out a creature. And I was going to have this pulled up.
Oh, wasn't it like a baby beholder or something?
This guy.
It's a
Is
baby
a
beholder.
spectator or something? Oh, gazer.
Yep.
A viewer, if you will.
Hey, that's you, chat.
Hey.
That's what everyone looks like at home right now.
There you
Yeah,
go.
totally.
So one of these guys had been tailing you along the way, and Jamna, I think maybe Aster as well, noticed along the way, if I'm remembering that correctly. And then in the midst of all this chaos happening, she took this guy out with a single shot, because hashtag rogue shit. and the five of you are now at this shack's door on the edge of Mistshore with 4 dead bandits and a dead that thing. You know it's a gazer. And we're actually entering the session on that scene. So like the battle has just ended, and I believe you've opened the door to reveal somebody that Jamna recognizes by the name of Grinda.
Grinda, yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Probably get off of the street, away from these bodies.
Does she still look threatened by us, or like does she just kind of like sit down and like okay with us going into her home?
She would. Well, let's establish where everyone is. So we did have to do this whole thing very theater of the mind. You're kind of like, if you really zoom into the map, you can see you're like out onto like the start of a dock, like an oversized dock pier sort of thing. And this is one of several like shacks along it, where like the main supports actually go into the water, and then it's attached to the pier as well. So you're kind of in this scattered scene of a bunch of rundown shacks. You're kind of along the pier in general. I wouldn't say that at the point we're entering, the fighting just finished, so you'd probably be spread along the pier itself and not necessarily right at the door. And Jamna is like at the very beginning, one of the first mainland buildings still, like examining the corpse of whatever this thing was that she just killed. Like she dragged it over. So to answer your question, Aster, I'm going to answer with another question. Would you say you'd gone directly to the door?
I want to say that Aster was like kind of like more in the middle of everything, and she had passed without a trace concentrated on during all of this to kind of like keep us a little out of sight from all the eyes that were watching us. So she's probably like halfway between whoever is like kind of back of the pack and whoever's at the door.
Okay. So if you look in then, she would still be like very reserved about watching what's going on out there. But she did like prop the door open a little bit for you. Whoever's right there would recognize that it's still like mostly barricaded. So it's only open like a couple inches, and she's looking out at you guys and recognizes at least Jamna.
Who was helping to open the door? I would assume whoever was helping to smash the door open, we would be like, "Hi, please let us in quickly."
I thought that was me and Ulta that were at the door.
Okay, then Ulta will absolutely be like, "Please, please, please let us in, quick, 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 quick."
Make a persuasion check.
Oop.
Can I guide her? Can I give her... Since I'm like literally standing right behind her, it's just like a little boop.
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna want to do that?
Plus 7 to that 7.
Yeah. Let it go.
Yeah. Maybe it's a 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. It would only be the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So 9.
Okay. She'd respond, "I recognize her, but none of you. Why are you here?"
We're with her. Ulta. Lord's Alliance. And I'm going to go through and name everybody in all of their alliances. And I am going to slide my foot, my tiny, weird lizard foot, in between the door and her so she cannot reclose it. Or if she does, she's going to have to take my foot. She's in for a fight.
"Dump the bodies. I don't know what that is, but it concerns me more." And she'll start shuffling the stuff around from behind the door.
That is very fair. It's disturbing to look at.
How do we get rid of... What do you mean dump the bodies?
I'm already going to drag a body
to the dock
here. Like, obviously. Yeet.
Jamna's going to pipe in and say, "Wait, hold one. Hold at least one." And she'll actually start like coming to you guys, literally dragging this blob with eyeballs, like by one of its eye stalks behind her, coming toward you guys.
Great.
Why do you want to save that, Jamna?
Want to find out what it is?
I mean, would
Don't
any
we
of us
know
have any
what it
idea what it
is?
might be? Like, I don't know.
I would say, Aster, you could make a nature check,
Okay.
and everybody else could make a history check. And the results will depend on what you rolled and which check you rolled.
Oh,
Well,
natural 20.
shit.
Let's go.
Conan hot. Queen Gambit
makes
is
it
back,
roll
guys.
six.
So bad after this.
Juno and Eliseo, did you? Oh, there we go.
Oh, I
What?
I don't
figured
know why
because of the
that
nat 20, I don't
three
need to.
times. I apologize. My mouse like quadruple clicks, but it's only one click from me.
Interesting. No,
Getting
it's
a
all
new
good.
mouse, and I'm sad about it because I really like this one.
Oh,
It's like 10
got-
years old.
I got 21.
okay. So first the 21 on history and the 18 on history. We'll just, Corndog, if that happens, we'll just stick to the usual of using the first one that shows up left to right, top to bottom. So with your 18 and 21 for the history, folks, you have definitely, you'd recognize it as a type of creature of which there are several that are like floating multi-eye stalk creatures, and sometimes you've learned that they can be connected in a sort of telepathic way, if there are several.
Ooh. Hang on. Isn't there something in Volo's guide about like beholders and related gazers?
You may check your book.
Okay, I'll do that. You
So
continue.
I'll allow you to out of game check the actual book, and then we're gonna translate that to some in-game knowledge, because obviously there's a whole lot to that. Aster, you would definitely be able to identify this as a gazer. I'll let you flavor the background to it if you'd like. However you would like, if it was like something you would have learned or studied or even seen. But here's the knowledge you have of it. It's essentially a physical manifestation of a beholder's dreams. So like literally just another creature similar to this one thought it to life. But it's actually very small. This one is larger than you would expect. Not by much, but usually they'd be the size of like maybe a basketball or a volleyball. This one is more like 2 feet or so, the spherical portion. They're very aggressive vermin eaters. They're an incredible nuisance, and they're very hard to tame.
Well, it's just disturbing that they exist. I've never seen any before, but the elders would always say that if we were bad, our dreams would become these things, gazers, that exist, and it's rather large. I don't understand.
It's right here.
But we should definitely be away from here as soon as possible.
Volo's guide has an actual excerpt from Volo that says, I met a wizard in the Awning Portal Tavern who had a tiny beholder pet, a gazer, she called it. When I reached to pet it, the creature struck me with one of its eye beams and flung me back against the wall with such force that I almost spilled my ale.
You know what? I'm going to let you use that exact flavor text as what you know right now.
Amazing. Yeah, there's a whole section on gazers and beholders and gouths right in there.
Yep, so you'd absolutely be able to corroborate
Hooray!
Aster's. There are several kinds and that sort of thing. Sorry, Corndog, I totally cut you off. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay. While this is going on, I believe it was requested that we bring one inside with us so we could question one of these people. So I am going to lift up one, throw it over my shoulder, and as I do, I'm going to just slap the back of their hamstring and cast Spare the Dying on them as I walk towards the door to subsequently drop them on a table within this establishment.
Awesome.
Mainly because I did not prepare Speak with Dead. And also, this is a cantrip. It won't use a 3rd level spell.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you guys, I guess a cantrip either way, but did you guys not leave at least one non-lethal damaged on purpose for this exact reason?
I remember
think
sleep
that-
being used a whole lot.
Yeah, listen. We do sleep as our primary aggression.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe we shouldn't have dumped the sleeping ones over the edge of the pier.
They'll wake up.
They'll wake up.
Yeah, when we jostle them,
minute.
they'll wake up. So now we have people awake in the water.
Potentially. Sleep lasts a minute?
Yep.
But if they're jostled, they wake up.
Okay.
Yep.
So
You're also hitting the
Grinda
water.
believes that they're dead.
Good morning. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll just
They're
head in there
asleep.
real fast.
Not dead. They're asleep.
What do you suggest we do with them? They'll attack again.
Tie them up.
I mean, didn't Jamna want to talk to them?
Well, one of them.
Okay, the rest of them can.
There were
away and-
Go for a swim?
Yeah, we'll just,
There are
we'll
4 in
just have
total.
them Go for a swim.
All right. All right. 3 are going for a long walk off short pier.
It's low tide and they just smash into really shallow water.
The fall damage kills them.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right. So after about half a minute or so, the enough would be cleared away from the doorway that Grinda can let you in. The door doesn't quite swing all the way open. It still sort of hits against what's left of the pile of stuff that she just kind of shifted over, and you're all led into a very small, we're talking like 10 by 20 single room with a whole bunch of stuff all over the place. You've got oh, here we are. So she's got one small table with basically a stool and nothing else for, sitting around, stacked with a whole bunch of books and loose papers. And on the opposite side of that, just behind all the pile of stuff that she had used to barricade the door, is like single person in a dorm room desk size alchemist table with supplies and liquids sort of scattered all over the place as well. And the pile of stuff that, from what you can tell, is a series of benches, maybe a dresser, and just loose wooden furniture. All still very small as well. And this seems to be the only way in and out, other than one half-cocked door that leads into a small area that you can see some water. And with the very dim torchlight that's available, an apparatus within the water.
Ulta will stand. We'll turn to Juno and say, maybe set him down on the bench, and I'll climb up onto the table behind and hold my short sword at his throat.
Ooh.
I like this idea. Just bend over and let him just hit the bench.
And with that thud, he'll kind of like jolt awake, and like almost start to lunge, but then feel the edge of the blade at his throat and just kind of like his chest is still puffed out.
Quietly whisper, "Good morning, sunshine."
All right, is Ulta in a mood today? Let's find out.
The earth says hello.
And then then from there, she will turn to Jamna and say, I think maybe the questioning should commence quickly before my blade gets bored.
Jamna's gonna, like, almost slam the door behind herself and hold up this creature by the eye stalk and, like, shove it in his face and say, "The fuck is this? And why do you have him chasing us?" He's just gonna shake his head. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is.
As he says that, I'm going to take a step back and cast Zone of Truth.
On Ulta as well.
I mean, it's a tiny enough house. I kind of feel like
it might be all of us.
Yeah.
The room is small enough that it would be all of you, so you can choose to fail or attempt to save. It would be a charisma save.
I'll just choose to fail.
I'm just
Well, I rolled a 2, so I'm gonna say that I chose to fail.
It is the 13. So you know that
Failed.
he attempted to succeed and did not. So he'll, like, struggle for a second as he's saying, like, as he's shaking his head saying, "I don't know," you'll cast the spell and you'll see his pupils sort of dilate a bit and he'll just kind of slump back a little. He's still in this, like, stressed state, but you can tell it's taken effect. And he'll say, "I don't know what it's called, but they watch all of us."
Who is all of us?
All of us in the guild.
What guild?
Jamna is going to approach haughtily at and place, like, one hand on his face to go like this, and the other to pull down the edge of his robe, and you'll see right at the bottom of his neck a small tattoo. And all of you would be able to see easy enough that this tattoo is essentially a circle. It's about the size of a quarter as well in real life. Circle with an eyeball in the middle and several spokes around the outside. Xanathar.
Okay. So, what does he want? Isn't that a person? And Ulta's, like, genuinely asking this out loud.
Yep.
Ulta, for this, let's have you make a history check.
Bless, okay.
For everybody watching at home, Ulta is someone who grew up and everything in Waterdeep, so we've been playing a lot with... Oh, man.
So Ulta totally knows, right?
Yeah,
From
we've
that
been
face?
playing a lot with, like,
Absolutely,
things that she may or may not know, both in history and in events and people, places, things. So this one's going to be a history check, and you did not pass. So, no, you've not heard of this.
I'm reading the book in the background. Can I read a thing and see if that helps?
Can you first tell me what section it is that you are reading?
Page 126. It says, "A gazer is a tiny manifestation of a beholder's dreams. It follows its creator."
Oh, yes. Okay, so that...
So if I read that, I'd be like, would it...
You would understand that as the wizard Eliseo, that follows may or may not mean literally physically follow. It's more of a follow orders of, or follow influence of.
Okay. But still, if they're like, you know, it watches us on behalf of them, Xanathar, I'll be like, okay, it follows its creator, it follows Xanathar. Maybe is Xanathar a beholder? Would that follow?
From reading it in the book, reasonable assumption to make.
Okay.
So at this point, Jamna will, like, aggressively shove this guy to get her hands off, pull out a dagger, and, like, cross it with yours, Ulta, to make like a scissor shape at his neck and say, "You fucks have been giving me all sorts of lovely information over the years. I surmise that doesn't stop tonight. Why are you here?" The stone. He told us to get the stone. I don't know anything else, I swear. And you'll see Grinda sort of slump in the corner as if something that she was suspicious of has just been confirmed.
What stone? Do we know what stone?
She'll pipe in and say, "It was called the Stone of Galore."
Oh, that did come up last session.
When I was also with them. And she indicates the bandit. I found it with that on the shore. And she'll point toward the other room with the thing in the water that you guys can't see very well.
I want to look at that later.
As part of my deal with the guild, I gave half of what I found to the cause. And he demanded that that be included as part of my last half. But when I held it, it did something to me. And then she's gonna like look up. She's trying really hard to remember something. I don't remember. But suddenly I felt compelled to say no. I had to defect. I had to run away. And I had to take it with me.
And, like, she's in Zone of Truth, too, so we know this is all, like, accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, cool.
So, the stone told you to do this, right? Maybe?
I don't remember. All I remember is I felt very differently before and after touching it.
Like, different how? Like, wanna kill somebody or wanna hug somebody? 'Cause, you know, different feelings and stuff.
It made me feel very different about what I needed to do. Like I was doing something wrong.
So why are we looking for the stone now? Why are they? And she kind of looks back at the bandit.
I don't know why. I was just following orders.
She nods at Jamna and then looks back at the bandit expectantly.
What's everybody's passive perception? Or insight? Let's
like
go
crazy high.
insight.
23 passive perception.
15.
Okay.
11.
17.
Okay.
For both insight
I'm
and
reading
perception.
my book and
Okay.
not looking at y'all.
And so that's perception. What's everybody's passive insight? Corndog, you said 17 for both?
My
Also
passive insight's not as
11.
high.
Okay.
My
15
passive,
for both.
my passive insight is 15.
Okay. So between the two of those, you all can tell that this guy is... He feels intensely right now. And it's definitely a mix of rage and Who had the 18? Somebody had... Oh, 17. Sorry. That was Juno. Juno, you're getting the feeling that he's, like, trying really hard to figure out how he gets out of this. He does not give off the same vibe as, like, dragon cultist minions that you've encountered to this point, where they were just like, I don't know, man, I'm just doing what I was told, got strong-armed into things. This guy is very much more like, I intend to keep going.
I'm just gonna let my warhammer take a nice thud on the floor, and I'm gonna lean on it and just stare at him without blinking.
I will, I will say, friend, it really doesn't seem like the odds are in your favor currently, so, like, maybe we could do a few deep breaths together.
I'm not your fucking friend.
Yeah. Okay, and I'll just press the blade just a little bit harder. Like, making hard eye contact with Jamna.
He'll actually respond by leaning into it just enough that it starts to draw blood. And say, whatever you do to me can't match what he would anyway.
I will continue to look at Jamna. Jamna. She's not a...
Jamna.
She's not a preserve that you put on toast. And wait for some sort of signal to how she moves, because she seems to be the one kind of, like, moving this along.
Unless you guys have any more creative questions, I don't know that he'll give us any more. I don't believe he knows enough.
I mean, typically in these situations, we tend to offer them, like, a quiet new life in a different town and try and set them up with happy retirement. It's worked on a couple people. Want to try that? And I look at the guy to be like, you could get out of this life. Just saying.
No, I can't. And I don't intend to try.
No.
Ulta is waiting for a signal from somebody. While she may not want to do it, it does not seem like this man wants any other option.
And not sure how else to ask her, how to make him talk.
Grinda will have a sort of pained look on her face and wave her hand, clearly casting a spell on him, and he will slump over unconscious. Easy enough to tell that he's not dead, but definitely knocked unconscious, and say, if you put him in my machine, when you leave here, I will take him to a remote location, if that's what you want. I can't promise that he won't find his way back, but at least you don't have to do something so gruesome.
That works for me.
Yeah, also works for me. Quick question: What is this machine thing? Apparatus? Just gonna want to take a peek at that. You know.
Please help me
constantly
rebarricade
learning.
the door, and I'll show you.
Yes, I do that. with my strength of 15 very quickly so that I can look at the cool new toys. I'm just a big nerd, y'all.
Okay. No check necessary. That's easy enough to do. And she'll walk you to the other room. Again, it's very crowded here, so it's not like it's, you're going through this massive hallway or anything. And finish opening the door, pull a torch off of the door jamb that she had lit, and walk you in, and you will see this.
What? Is that her in the picture?
That is her in the picture.
She's
one of those
awesome.
crab machines.
She's awesome. Those are so cool robes. Can I get some like that? Listen.
You absolutely
I don't even
could.
need my character. I never want those.
But I mean, it would also be nice if we could use this machine and not just
Anyways, yeah.
send some random person to an island or other remote location.
Yeah, do you have like blueprints or anything of this? Like, that would be just...
Well, if your next task, Jesus, words are hard. If your next task warrants it, you are certainly welcome, although only 2 bodies can fit. This is what I use to search the shoreline for treasures.
That's cool. Has it got like metal detector type stuff in it? Or is it just helps you swim through?
Just a means to get underwater. I still have to
Okay,
rely on my
alright.
own sight.
Alright. I bet I could work on something for that, just saying.
Well, that would probably be best, though. Would you happen to know more about this stone? Then they tried to get to you first. Is there something that you know more about this?
Yes, I do apologize, but it seems that I had it, but anticipated that they would come for me. So I sent it away with a familiar of mine.
Would you feel comfortable telling us where that is?
It is your task to retrieve it.
Well, perhaps if it leads us to our someone who's been taken by the Xanadars.
Very well. I sent my rat to take it to my family's crypts for hiding. And without me, the DM, being able to do so, I'm just going to say she gives you like the exact location of that particular crypt.
I love a crypt.
In the City of the Dead, which you had definitely all at least walked past, and Ulta knows exactly where it is.
Well,
So-
thank you. Thank you for telling us this. It can't be easy considering so many people are trying to get this information. We'll kind of do our best to make sure nobody messes with you after this.
Well, it does seem that the more favorable factions of the country are at work now, and she'll gesture back toward Ulta and thank you for telling me that. Perhaps I could gain some favor with them and forgiveness.
Always space for that.
Well, are there any other questions? Friends?
Can I just look inside the submarine for like 1 second?
She would let you.
Mm-hmm. It's real good.
While this
Okay,
is going
good.
on, Juno's actually going to keep an eye outside just to make sure that no one is lurking outside any windows or that there isn't another gazer that could potentially be out there. So just trying to
Sure,
keep an eye out, make sure that they're still, or like if the human, the other people, there we go, the people got out of the water, that they don't know where we are, or they haven't come banging on the door yet.
Okay. Investigation check.
Oh no. But I'm dumb. Oh, that was intimidation. Oops, that's not the right skill.
Just
Dang it.
intimidate everyone away from the
There
door.
it is.
19! Aha! I'm
All
not
right.
that dumb. I was like, a +1 doesn't sound right for that roll. +0. Thank you.
Okay, so despite the darkness and very serious lack of external light, you and your elven eyes.
I've got those.
Yep. You're very confident that nobody else is around / watching you / following you at the moment. When you look for the bodies that you had put into the water, you look back at the location that you did that, and they're no longer there. However, you can tell that there's a pretty strong current going from east to west. From north to south. So it's just as likely that they've floated away as it is that they would have woken up and gone back to shore. But you do not see them.
Ooh.
So is that a no to any other questions? Or was there anything else?
No, I'm set.
Let's just go fuck around and find out.
What we're best at.
Yeah.
So, question, for the party, since we have a missing Volo, are we not gonna try to go under? Weren't we gonna try to go like under the city and do things there? Weren't we supposed to be scouting down?
Where did we think
Yeah,
they
that's
took
why I thought the
Volo?
crab would be nice.
Yeah. So are we gonna do that, or are we gonna go to the crypt for the gemstone?
I mean,
I'm just confused as to which direction
Yeah,
we're going. Ulta
I
is just
never
standing
can't
there holding
remember.
her sword. Just
I never can't remember what is more of a priority, but I kind of feel like, no offense, Volo can probably last in captivity a little longer than the gemstone can last unguarded while
lasted
people are
this
looking
long.
for it.
Yeah.
I adore Volo in character, apparently, but also like priorities.
It also might be harder to find Volo at the moment because
So
he was, I think,
gemstone?
supposed to be our guide to whatever we're
was.
going to next.
So now we have to find Volo before we can go to another place. I don't know. I think Volo's a big wizard. He can handle himself.
okay. I trust you guys. I'm just
That's
asking which
Niffer.
direction we were heading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been so long. I can't remember all the plot hooks that we have.
Yeah, I mean, I could have sworn we were trying to find Volo, but I could
We were.
100% be wrong on
No,
all of
we
that.
were, but I feel like we just got presented another option.
Well, in fairness, Jamna led you here. She's also the person who gave you the information that Volo is missing.
So would Jamna know where he went? Or who took him?
She did indicate that it does seem like part of the crime lord group's plan involved kidnapping him.
Maybe
Right.
he's at
So
the
it could be
crypt.
Xanathar's.
Maybe he's just
Yeah.
at the crypt and it's
Yeah,
all
yeah, so-
convenient.
Yeah, but also if we run into the Xanathars again, perhaps at this crypt, we can follow them back.
Yeah,
to
they're
where
crime
Volo
lords.
is.
They're crime lords. We'll totally find him in the City of the Dead, right? That tracks.
Let's just go
Perhaps.
find the gem
Yeah.
and see where that takes us. Maybe when we get the gem,
Deal.
our lives will be completely figured out. In fact, maybe it'll whisper all the answers to us.
Oh, this says there's some secondary treasure buried under Waterdeep, and we need to find it and prove that the crime lords are working with the dragon cult.
That was our first task. Volo is the one who's supposed to help us with that.
Okay, but like digging in a graveyard is totally where you find buried treasures. Let's just go do that. I say, having dug up exactly one graveyard ever in my life, so it's probably fine. Don't ask questions, heck. Let's go.
I'm going to ask a question. Is that Niffer talking or Eliseo?
Yeah.
If you got to plead the fifth, you can plead the fifth.
We're going to
All right. So if there's nothing else,
We're
Chrissy,
heading to
you're
the
muted.
City of the Dead. Yeah.
All right.
We're just.
All right. So she will lead you to one more like secret exit out of the small, like semi-pier area that's housed with this apparatus, and let you all out that door, and then close it behind you. And you would hear the whirring and clanging of the apparatus behind you in that area, and a low whooshing sound that would easily indicate it going away in the water.
Are we talking like TARDIS whooshing? Or like.
Probably like submarine whooshy.
Not as interested then?
It's water moving. You can't see it, so it's hard to tell.
Okay. Alta's going to turn to our friend Grinda. Any chance you have like any healing potions we could buy off you? I see you do things with potions and.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to backtrack a little bit because that was her leaving.
That was her leaving.
Yeah,
Just
we can.
kidding. I thought that was. Never mind. I thought she like was putting him into that thing.
Oh yeah. So we'll backtrack enough. That's fine. She to that question, and she will easily enough reach over to one of her tables and grab 2 vials of a bright red liquid and hand them over to you. You now have 2 potions of healing.
Sweet.
And then all that
Okay,
other
now
stuff
she can
happens.
go. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. All right. So you're off to City of the Dead. We will need to take a very quick break. And then we'll come back to what happens next. We'll be right back, guys. There, I sort of did it. All right, hi everybody, we're back. Apologies, that was a little bit of a longer break, but it was necessary. So, we're back. We have learned that Grinda had sent the stone that Xanathar's guild bandits are trying to find off with her familiar to a crypt of her family's. So, we're on our way there now. Going through town. You're going to be zipping along a little bit. I will move you guys to the correct spot, I promise. Along the way, Ulta, you would recall, we'll stop you here for the moment. You would recall that the City of the Dead is guarded at its 3, entrances. And essentially, unless like special permission is on the table, nobody goes in at night. Sorry, nobody goes in at night. And it is very much nighttime. So, do you want to talk about that?
I will make sure as we are walking, making our way downtown, walking fast, I will make sure to mention that for sure. And as we are walking, kind of be like, so are we going to try to sneak in? Because I do not know if it is magically guarded. It is heavily protected. So I would assume there are probably people maintaining the outer border, but... Or do we wait until morning?
Is there any, like, recon we have to do?
Suppose we could, take the time to walk it. I don't know how much time we want to spend or if we are in a huge hurry to get in, get to Gemstone and get out.
I could also walk in invisibly, create a distraction, and then the rest of you, when those guards pull away from the door, would have an easier opportunity, potentially.
Oh, also, I have a familiar, as I keep forgetting. So we could just have Puff be a lookout, and then we could just basket toss you over the wall. Maybe.
I have enough equipment to get us to climb a wall.
Oh, you're coming
avoid the gods.
Okay, so that kind of takes away from you guys catapulting me, which is ideal.
Did you want that to happen? Because I can still.
No.
Okay. You let me know. If you want to. If you don't want to, fine.
Timing is good. And in any case, I think we should end there as soon as possible if we really are racing against time and against another organization.
We do possibly also want to get to Volothamp, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we just get this done as soon as possible, and hopefully it'll lead us in some type of direction that we know or can figure out.
I believe that once we get inside, we will also have to be quiet still, because they're gonna patrol around inside to make sure nobody's there. So if anyone has any extra special snaky stuff.
Let me see. I did prep it. It's still here because it's the same day. I'll go ahead and when we have or right next to the wall and ready to climb over and everything, be able to sneak in, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
And Ulta will turn to Juno and say, if you want to do the invisibility thing and maybe get a head start on scouting, a direction, and leave us a path so we know where we're heading. Since we will be that handful of feet behind you more than likely, because we're going to have to scale a wall. No point in you casting invisibility and scaling a wall invisible.
Right.
You could just walk in.
Yeah.
Also, just to check, City of the Dead's not haunted, right? Are the ghosts gonna be on our side and not narc on us to the guards at least?
I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Ulta, let's no history check needed.
History check if it's haunted.
Well, history check if you want to potentially know more than this. Let's say that. But the City of the Dead in Waterdeep is actually fairly infamous for its various crypts are imagine in our world, in real life, headstones in a cemetery, but for a cemetery that's designated for incredibly important and or rich people. Scale that to entire crypts and not just a little burial site, and the headstone is the big thing you can see.
So it's like mausoleums?
Yes. That is a much better way of describing it.
I'm imagining the New Orleans crypts, where they're massive crypts for multiple people in one spot. Yeah.
Family centers. Yeah.
Yep. You do also know, Ulta, that there is a very odd ritual, you might say, that occurs usually at night where dozens of floating orbs seem to waft themselves out from outside the eastern wall into the City of the Dead and just sort of float around until dawn, and then they sort of float away.
I will make sure I explain that there are strange floating orbs. So, LSAO, to your question, not sure, can't confirm,
Cool.
but high likelihood of haunting, or at least being caught, if not sneaky.
Well, checking my
suppose-
spell book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I suppose, if we have to fight anything, maybe do it quietly.
I have suggestion. I think that's all I can do. We're not the grave robbers you're looking for.
I do have one minor correction. I said that the globes come from the east side. They actually come from the west side of the City of the Dead. So they come from within the city and sort of congregate into the City of the Dead. And then at dawn, they redisperse.
Well,
Sorry, I just got really nervous. I thought I heard a train, and I thought, oh no, the tornado that was chasing me from earlier today followed me here. It wasn't, it was just a loud thunder.
well, should we climb? Up we go.
Okay.
Are you casting Pass Without a Trace first?
Yes,
or
I
after?
have it.
Okay.
Yeah, before. Oh, show.
Juno, are you going in the front door?
Nope. I think I'll just go over here, and she will go invisible and also kick off the ground, but no one can see her. She can fly now.
You can just fly?
That's
yeah, for
my
a minute.
wife. What?
Oh, because of darkness, right?
That's
Because
insane.
of being me.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Very cool.
Features and traits. Step of the night.
Ooh.
As a bonus action, when you are in dim light or darkness, nighttime, you can magically give yourself a flying speed equal to your walking speed for 1 minute. You can do this 3 times. And you gain all spells when you finish a long rest. Or not spells, all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
Hang
Awesome.
on. I'm like part angel and you can fly more than I can.
Yeah. It's not really flying, it's like sexy hovering. So I just
I like
go
that.
up and over. There's no wings, there's no like real effort to it. But no one can see that I'm doing this because I'm also invisible. And hella quiet now.
Nice. All right, so Pass Without a Trace is going to give everybody advantages on their stealth checks, correct?
That's plus 10.
Thank
Okay.
goodness.
So everybody else will need to roll stealth checks.
All right, so yeah, just add 10 to yours. Wow, we looking
Do
good.
you still want me to roll as well?
No, you are straight up invisible, so no stealth check necessary.
Aw.
And
Because it would have been advantage
For the
plus
purpose
10.
of, yeah, just in the purpose of numbers, I just want to see.
I don't want to waste the roll because I have a
okay,
feeling
you know
it
what,
would be a
that's
really
fair.
good roll. And spoiler alert, with between Pass Without a Trace and your plan to kind of generally stay far away from the guards, like it's not going to be hard.
Okay.
In fact, Jamna's not even rolling because literally impossible to fail.
Perfect.
Okay, so going over the wall will be basically Jamna like swinging a hook, like a 2-pronged hook at the end of a rope, flinging it over and hooking it onto the top of this stone wall about 15 feet high that's surrounding this area. And one by one you can climb. Not difficult enough to be necessary to roll any sort of check for this. But you come down on the other side into an area that even Ulta, it sounds like you have not been in here before, correct? You know of it, but you haven't been in here. You see several stone hut-like structures Some are much larger than others, but that is basically the minimum you'll see is like, I don't want to sound too crude, but like an outhouse-sized structure, enough for a person to fit into, that lead into their various crypts and pathways going all around that we can see. I'm going to shift right a little bit. And you follow the direction that you'd been given to get to the crypt of family Garloth. I'm going to move the page for you.
Ooh.
Oh, I should do this. Make sure this is showing correctly for the stream. Looks pretty good. All right. You are met with one of those sort of medium-sized stone and brick structures. It doesn't really seem to have any sort of unique or special indication, decorations or anything else about it, other than the name you're looking for. However, seemingly very out of place, it's half open.
I will whisper to Eliseo, any chance you want to send your bird in first?
Yeah, I do. Here we go. I send the bird in.
Okay. The rest of you, are you going to be doing anything during the time that the bird is doing its thing?
I would like to look for anything like a glyph of warding, because I have that spell, just in case that is something that we could come up against, or just any type of like runic stuff there outside as a potential trap.
Okay. I'm going to let you choose between an Arcana or Investigation check.
Uh-oh.
Regardless, I'm stupid.
Guide yourself.
And guidance.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The rolls, that's so funny. Oh my god.
Whoa!
Oh, jeez,
chat.
Louise. I don't know
wish
what's
you
going
could
on
see
with my
this.
mouse.
That's all right.
Well, here. I rolled
Hey, look.
10 total.
Oh,
My
that's
guidance was on point, but
Yep.
I'm
okay.
doing my best.
Yep. Is this your first time examining the outer areas of a crypt?
No.
No?
But this is my first time examining one that wasn't done by elves.
Okay. So we'll say that's, it's a little difficult to tell. Like, you're kind of wondering if you might expect some of the same structures and decorations and, ornate nature and memorials and dedications to the people within and that sort of thing. And you can tell that it's a lot more bland than that. But as far as what you're looking for in the name of traps or wards or anything, you do not find any.
All right.
Aster, you were doing something before I say what Volta is.
Yeah. Aster is immediately going to be suspicious of that and look for anyone that might be watching whoever might be in there. So like any type of eyes that might be on us at this current moment.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
So if Ulta is doing something similar, but is keeping an eye out for some of her favorite enemies.
Ooh.
Okay. You can make an investigation check as well.
Okay. Oh No. See, there's the bad rolls. I told you. I was like, I'm going to get one natural 20, and that's it. The rest is just going to be garbage.
Okay. Ulta, you carefully, well, Aster, you don't see much. You see dozens of floating, like, fluorescent blue orbs scattered about, no closer than like 30 to 50 feet together. So it's not like this place flooded with a bunch of orbs. But they're sort of milling about in a non-pattern way throughout the area that you're in. Ulta, you do notice in the distance that on the exact opposite, so you guys came in from the south, we'll say, the entrance exits there are 3 of them along the western wall, and then there's a northern wall, and then the eastern wall goes to, like, that's outside of the city. You guys came in on the southern wall from inside the city into the City of the Dead. Here, checking this out, you do notice one very different orb from the rest, and it's not glowing.
I will make sure I explain that very quietly to my party. And I won't point at it. I was going to say I'm going to point at it, but I'm not going to point. I'm going to have my little line of kingfisher birds on the ground, make like a little arrow direction, like something you would see. Do you remember in like Alice in Wonderland when the flowers made the sign of the arrow in the direction?
I'm just picturing the Finding Nemo school of fish.
Oh my god.
That
yeah.
works as well. That's also a very good image for this, what she's trying to accomplish. Yeah.
Could I hover over there once I have the arrow direction, kind of like find it in sight, and just hover invisibly over to them? I will spend another use of my thingy.
Sexy hovering.
Sexy hovering. I just want to glide with style.
Uh-oh. I think I did a thing to our cameras. Hold, please. We'll be right back.
Oh, no!
Crisis averted. At least for now. So I apologize. Juno, we were in the middle of you getting the signal from Ulta, correct?
Yep, and invisibly floating my way over to the non-glowing suspicious orb.
Okay, and how close do you intend to get?
Juno knows very little bit about gazers. Corndog knows more.
Oh, I mean, on the way over here, LSAO like whisper read Volo's guide like the entire entry, so.
Close enough to be able to make out details aside from it is just a globe that is not glowing.
Okay.
Checking to see if it's a gazer again, essentially, is what she is looking for, since they're always watching.
It is definitely a gazer, and it is absolutely 100% watching you guys.
Nice. Cool. Dope.
Good find.
Fuck.
We hear from an invisible flying source.
Okay, so all of that is happening while LSAO is warging into Puff.
I'm what now?
I call it warging into, like Game of Thrones.
Oh, I didn't ever watch that.
Oh, okay.
You can't see while you're seeing through Puff's eyes, so you just go
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Puff sees this entry chamber is not very large. It's only about 10 25 by 25 feet inside. 4 coffins, all either open or partially open.
Love that.
The ones that are open have nothing inside. Going down into a narrow hallway, about 15 feet downward total, he goes into what continues to be a very narrow hallway, sees 3 more coffins, again open or partially open, and the open one has nothing in it. 2 more at a corner before taking a turn, both open with nothing in them. And after taking a turn to the right and seeing a couple of in progress offshoots, like not as cleanly cut, like digging in progress sort of thing, at the end lies 1 more coffin open with nothing in it.
Can I quick pop out to my own eyes to look at the outside of this? Just like maybe with a shred of optimism, hope that like there never was anything. This is just totally brand new mausoleum. It's old, isn't it?
It's old.
Great. Back into puff size, can I maybe like... I hesitate to approach. I feel like I have to approach.
Okay.
One of the half-open ones, just to look for signs of like, were there like burial shrouds left behind, or like wrappings, or any like clues left behind.
Have Puff make an investigation check, please.
Oh, the dice rolled a 3, so I'm not even gonna bother with finding his modifier.
You will still be able to see, even with that roll, because you're checking one out specifically. The one that he checks out also appears to be empty.
Like no trace of anything left behind.
Nope.
Not with that roll. Cool. Yikes. Can I check the path, like the walkway, to see if bodies were dragged out or if they walked? Are these zombies?
You can make a nature check, and we'll say this is the point that we're coming back to, like, everybody's passed the same amount of time now.
Dice rolled a 2. I'm getting a new die.
Okay. Yeah, there's all sorts of tracks all over the place.
Great.
Hard to tell. So now we're back to all of you at sort of at the same time now. Oh, I'm sorry. I should ask Juno, had you come back or were you staying where you were?
I was looking through my spells to see if there was anything that I could do to distract it. But I don't think there is.
I'm sorry, say one more time.
I was looking to see if there was anything to distract it, but I don't think there is anything.
You would easily enough, you could find like a rock. There's also the floating orbs.
Does it seem like it can see me?
I'm
gonna do a weird dance in my invisibility.
Okay.
See if it looks at me.
It maintains its look at the group. I think I failed to mention, you're like 100 feet or so, even more than that, away from the rest of the group, if you're like right next to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to it.
Okay. So it's definitely like not changing its gaze or demeanor at all when you do that.
I'm gonna use I'm going to use sending real quick. And I'm going to send a message to Ulta. Yes, that feels right. I feel like Ulta will be able to gather them best. Okay. In about 15 seconds, you will hear the sound of thunder. Or thunder, that's one syllable. Or 2 syllables, 1 word. There we go. Please run inside when you hear it. Thanks. He's watching you all. Fuck.
Comma. Fuck.
Yep.
Grammar is important.
Crazy.
Flight breath.
Oh,
I
man.
will definitely quietly whisper that I believe that Juno will be creating a distraction, and when that happens, we are to enter. So, Eliseo,
Okay.
you have your eyes ready, and don't do the
I mean,
thing.
look with my real eyes. Yeah,
Look with your
I
real
got
eyes.
it. Look with my special eyes.
Yeah.
All right. About 15 seconds after I feel like that's been communicated well enough, I am going to use Thaumaturgy to have a lovely rumble of thunder happen about 30 feet behind this gazer.
Okay. Immediately after doing that, make a perception check.
Whee.
Nice.
25.
At the moment that you finished the brief incantation required to make thaumaturgy happen, the gazer's 4 eyes and its entire body like reels around, wide-eyed, with like a little gasp. And then it does this. And then immediately reels around looking at the area that you made the sound come from, and quickly floats away like to the east. So it's not really getting much farther away in a meaningful way from the group, but it definitely like noticed where a first sound came from, where you had to cast the spell but could not see you, and then panicked at the sound that you made.
I'm going to float back. And then, how long does this spell take? Beep, beep, beep. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. I felt like this would come in handy. Never mind. It takes 1 hour to cast. Fuck that. I'm going to not do that. Going to just go inside after everyone. And delete this from my spell list going forward. Fuck you, Glyph of Warding. I don't got time for this.
Yeah, that's the hard part about Glyph of
That's
Warding.
valid.
It's great when you're trying to set traps and you've got time.
I mean,
It's not great in this moment.
It's for this reason that I always filter all of my spells by duration when I pick, so that I never have to think about that ever.
All right. So if you're moving, feel free to move. If you're intending to do more out here, let me know. But yeah, I'm basically at what would you guys would like to do?
We're all in this mausoleum together now.
Yeah, I think once we all heard the thunder, we were moving inward.
Okay. I will say that the visible grid on this map does not line up in a friendly manner with the actual grid. So just as a reminder, if you hold the Alt key when you place a token, it will not snap to the grid anymore, so you can be more specific about where you want to be. I won't go with that. So as you guys step in, you'll notice all of these coffins in various positions are either completely open or stone slab on top, like slid away, partially open. And one narrow tunnel ahead of you goes downward. Oops.
Can I see if I... Can I see if I, being a ranger and a friend of small creatures, see, like, where a small mouse would have ran to? Are there only footprints directly to this? Mouse prints, footprints, all the prints to the tunnel? Or are they, like, moving from crypt to crypt or, whatever? Is there, like, some sort of pattern there or something? I don't know.
Make a survival check, please. All right.
16.
You would notice... Actually, I need to check something. Nope. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. So you would notice that around the edges, like from the doorway and around the walls, would lead several small creatures' tracks, going in all sorts of directions, but mostly maintaining around the edges, save for one. One set of tracks you can see with a 16 goes in and continues down the tunnel. It only goes in. And actually, the tracks are more depressed and like wider for the set going inward than the rest that are kind of scurried around the outer edges. Yeah.
What does that mean? Is he Chunky Mouse? I'm looking at Heck as if Heck's going to answer that in veterinarian mode.
Maybe.
Okay, so I will make sure I point that out to the party, and see, it looks like that's where our little mouse friend went. If you guys want to check this area first, though, it's up to you. I think maybe moving quicker rather than slower because of the gazer might be smart.
I honestly doubt that if something were to be hidden in the crypt, that it'd be in the first room.
Well, Puff didn't really show any other promising spots besides, like, the very last room had only one, right?
At the very end, yes, and the walkway definitely narrowed as if that one was like freshly dug, and I should have told you this. Yeah, that last area seemed fresher and less finished / polished compared to the rest of it.
Well, freshest first, I guess. Head to the back, work our way out, just to double check everything.
Sure.
How dark is it in here?
Once you get... Well, here it's very, very dim light because of the scattered orbs outside and the door is partially open. But definitely fades to completely dark once you get past, like, the floor threshold of the tunnel going downward.
My eyes will go wide for a brief moment, and I will give my friends the eyes of night.
Nice.
So we all have 300 feet of dark vision, and it's going to be a blast in a glass. I hope we don't need this going forward. I just don't want us to have light torches in here and then directly tell the gazer we're ready to party. Is there a way to quietly shut the door? Because you said it was partially ajar. Is there a way to quietly shut it?
Yeah, so it's essentially a couple of stone slabs, and one of them is just open. Like, they open outward. Like, you have to pull them from the outside to open them. So you could pull it closed from the inside. It is stone, so
will it scrape?
Yeah, you would be able to easily tell. Although you could roll a check to do so carefully and try to minimize the amount of noise you make.
Merp.
It would be a stealth check, sorry.
I know what I'm gonna do. I am just going to quietly open up my hunting trap, because that's what I've still got on me after all these sessions, and I'm going to place it in front of the door.
Okay.
And like motion to the others, like, look out for this, without saying anything.
Isn't that like a trap that you need to like step into to trigger?
Yeah, but at least this blocks out like other people.
Doesn't the gazer float?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm also worried that it's just alerting followers and they're gonna show up again.
Right. Valid.
It's the best we have at the moment. Well, okay. Should we proceed? Okay. Let go.
All right.
Do we want someone to stay back and stay up here just in case? I could do that as the one that's able to
Icarus
cast
could
sending.
do that.
Icarus could do that.
I just
I
don't
think
know
we
that
should
Icarus has a way
volunteer
to
here.
alert us.
That's true.
Not really.
Whereas I
I'm
could easily be
sure-
like, whoop, through sending and let you all know.
I love that.
One word through sending. Just
Oh.
You know what it means.
Um,
It's one word, but it says 1,000.
Yup.
it does.
does.
Icarus could stay here with Puff, and then Icarus could tell Puff, help.
But doesn't Puff only perceive when you are looking through his eyes?
Yeah, but
So
like,
would-
Puff and I can communicate telepathically, so Icarus could be like, Icarus could shake Puff and be like, help, 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 and Puff would be like, your brother's an idiot, and I'd be like, oh, they're in trouble. I don't know.
How long
I'm
does
just-
Pass Without a Trace last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to come up with ways that we don't have to drag Icarus around and also can, have somebody be watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say between climbing over the wall and getting here, and then everything that you've done so far, Pass Without a Trace has run out.
For me.
What would Icarus suggest? He'd probably say, hey, I could hide behind one of the coffins.
And yeah. Would
We
he
all know
still
that
have?
Icarus would hide behind the coffin and then sing halfway through. Sitting there
Yeah.
silently out
I was
of
gonna
boredom.
say he would get
so-
bored and sing to himself, I think. Or he would sing because he's in trouble and just rely on us hearing the music.
We could definitely have him wait behind us.
Does the really good Eyes of the Dark still stay on him when you move away from us? Corndog?
Sorry, what was that?
Does the really good Eyes in the Dark stay on us even if we're not close to you?
Yes.
Okay, so he would
You
still
just
be
have to
able
be
see.
close to me during the casting time, and then it is yours
Oh.
to do with what you will.
For how long?
I think it's an hour.
Nice. Good deal.
Let me just double check. Actions. Yes, lasting for 1 hour.
So yeah, he would be able to keep watch pretty well.
I trust it.
Okay. So Icarus is going to hide behind a coffin. Yes?
Yeah.
Jamna's coming with you guys. I'm just going to group you up so it's easy to transport. Fair?
Easy enough.
All right.
Jamna's art is so cool, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. Once you guys are here, I just put you in places to get you in here. You can establish a marching order as you'd like. We are over here now.
Oh.
Oop, that's not far enough for stream. Here we go. Yep. All right. So you see this long, narrow hallway with several small offshoots. 5 total coffins are within your purview. 3 of which are completely open, 2 of which are partially opened. The one immediately to your right and the one immediately to your left are among the fully opened, and you can easily tell without really checking for anything specific that nothing other than a stain is inside.
I'm going to whisper. Okay, so where are all the dead bodies?
I don't know. That's very unsettling that they're not here.
Do you think that's what all the balls of light out there are? It's just like, at night, all the bodies just like go out and party. And then
Or
they
it's
have
like
to come
the
back here
actual,
for the day.
Where's the actual like body? Then it's just the light.
Oh. I've never been dead. I don't know.
Maybe this is
That's
just
gonna go.
ostentatious cremation.
Also
Could
that.
be.
Maybe that's why
Or-
nobody's allowed in here. It's because the dead need their space to hang out.
Grinda also seemed very clever. This might just be the cover up to hide valuables of some kind. In any
That
case,
was
I guess we
always-
should just keep
Alright,
looking.
well, this is a whole stone thing, like, whole stone structure, and we have to find a stone. So I guess, like, start looking.
Does anyone have the ability to just find things?
Well, I have to be
that would have
familiar
been
with
really
it.
nice of me.
I have to be familiar with it and kind of know what it looks like. I do have the ability at the moment, but I don't really know what to look for.
All right. Memo to the team. We need to develop this.
Right, so learn
Like,
locate
I have-
object.
Yeah,
Next.
well, I have locate object, but like, I don't know what it looks like, and you have to be familiar with the object to locate it. So it's like we would have needed like a description or something.
Yeah, I was hoping for like some detect magic or something like that.
Oh, I think I might actually have that. Hold on.
Because if it's a magical item, or if there are other magical items in here that we can
That is
just
a
have,
fantastic
that would be
idea.
nice.
That is a fantastic idea, and I think I did prepare it. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good idea, Juno. I think I may have something, and then Astral has the next magic.
Okay. Within 30 feet, and limitations are how much stone?
That's a great question. Let me look it up. It is blocked by 1 foot of stone.
Okay. from where you are, you don't detect anything magical that isn't already on someone's person.
Well, nothing immediately in this threshold. I guess we should, I don't know, just keep walking and definitely keep an eye out. Maybe just really have keen eyes looking for more of those footprints, maybe.
I was gonna say, I think now's a good time we start stealthing again and going kind of room by room, keeping an eye out for traps, people, things of that nature.
Okie dokie. Down the hall we go, looking for things and detecting magic.
All right.
Yeah.
So who is... You did say looking for traps, so who is specifically looking for traps?
It probably should not be me either. Unless they're magical traps, but mundane ones, probably not.
Okay.
We all saw how my history has been with dice tonight. Aside from one good perception check, it's been kind of rough.
Okay, so Ulta, go ahead and make a investigation check, sorry. There don't really seem to be any traps.
Okay, I didn't like the word seem in there, but we'll take it. So, no traps. And then she's going to start quietly walking forward.
Anybody else doing anything else?
Just continuing to detect magic.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Juno.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little worse for wear when I send this. I would like to send a message to Grenda in hopes that she can help us locate this stone now that we're in here. Just give us some sense of direction. Would be super dope, like if she's like, coffin number 3, gotta scoot it out and it's under the lid. Something like that. For help.
Okay. She would respond with, excuse me, no coffins disturbed. Simply in an alcove.
Cool. I tell no one, and I start looking in the alcoves.
Okay. Investigation check for you.
Oh, I should have told someone. Natural 20.
Came across as a 13 for me.
I get advantage.
Oh, you do get advantage.
On
okay.
all investigation checks using my eyeballs.
Nice. Okay, I thought it was just one of those, why is it giving you advantage when it shouldn't sort of things.
Nope. It's one of my benefits for being a pallet elf.
Nice.
Because we didn't get the other elvish bullshit.
All right. There is definitely nothing in either of these two.
I continue onward, and as I walk past my friends, I say, check the alcoves. Very quietly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go into this one.
So passing by the coffins, all of you will continue to notice what was described before. The ones that are completely open, you can see clearly that there is nothing inside save for a stain running the length of the coffin. And the partially open ones would take specific effort to see if that's any different, but from what you can tell, you don't really see anything in them. Juno, all 4 of these alcoves are definitely empty. However, just before this last one, you see a small burn mark on the floor, accompanied with a groove that you would be able to tell easily enough had to come from like an implement or a tool or a weapon. And at this point, Eliseo, where would you honestly be?
I'm sorry, I saw Jamna and figured I was in a safe place.
Oh, yeah, sorry. She would have been moving along with you guys too. She would have been checking the coffins a lot more meticulously. And sort of
the middle.
Okay. And whoever's in the back would be able to see like Jamna's shaking her head in clear confusion.
I'm also very confused.
I need all of you,
Same.
all four of you, to please take off your headphones and cover them up.
No.
And don't turn on the stream volume. For the audience, for Icarus, if he would have been here, Icarus sees the second door open and quickly signals to Puff.
I'm so confused. What does chat know that we don't now?
Oh no.
At about this point that you guys, Juno and Ulta, you're checking out this small burn mark with the groove in the ground. Puff comes flying in, like to the point that he like almost runs into you, Eliseo.
Beans.
The door opened.
Oh no. We gotta go back. We gotta get it, Chris. Door opened. Let's go. Let's go.
With that,
And I just start going.
Puff could not see who or what opened it.
I don't care. I'm moving towards it.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
It's okay. I have almost all my spell slots and a big stick. It's fine. I can go get this covered.
Do I look scary or do I don't? Do I become a bear or do I not?
Be a spider.
To be a spider. I don't typically do well as a spider.
That's
It's
true.
really not very useful.
Being a bear is very good.
Yeah, the heck with it. You know what? Yeah, I'm in just wild shape into a bear real fast on
Okay.
our way over there. They're not gonna know. They're just gonna think that someone let a bear in here.
Ulta
I hate
is-
it when a bear gets in the family crypt.
Ulta is not going to fully run back upstairs. She is going to hold space, probably right about here, where on the. If I could be on the other side of this here, like
behind the
behind the crypt, crossbow bolt knocked like on top of, even if it's just like knocked off a little bit or whatever. Like she's holding for if somebody comes from this direction or down here.
Okay. Juno, as Ulta came over to check this out with you, there's one more thing I'm going to give you out of the highest possible roll you could have gotten from your investigation.
That's the best I could ever do. Am I gonna up intelligence ever? No.
Along with being magically inclined, there is no mistaking for you. Something magical exploded or dissipated here. And the groove is most likely due to a weapon of some sort.
Where was it? Can you point on the map again?
Right here, like just outside of the last coffin's entryway.
I'm gonna go in there.
The coffin is completely open and, save for a stain, completely empty.
No stone in here.
No stone. I'm going to flip back to Eliseo real quick. And I have to move you back.
Hello.
because this
That's
will
okay.
happen before you were able to move much farther. But Jamna did react by also popping behind a
Good.
wall and like getting a crossbow ready, pointing at this hallway.
Also, I'm throwing a cantrip at anybody that's not Icarus that comes here.
Okay. You will hear a voice, an unfamiliar voice, very close to you. Very close to Eliseo, and then for the rest of you, you know, you can tell it's really close to right there. That says, "Hand over the stone, and no one gets hurt."
Can I see the source of this voice?
You cannot.
Can I make a guess?
You could make a guess.
Can I try? Does that mean rolling at disadvantage to attack an invisible person?
Perception. Roll perception.
Okay.
And it's just straight up. It's all
That
good.
one! We're replacing that dice too.
Do we hear this or no?
Oh yes, all of you hear it. It's as if somebody was standing almost directly in front of Eliseo talking to her. Sorry, them.
The bear growls.
Can I mumble under my breath the evocation of fairy fire in a 20-foot cube around Eliseo, so everybody in the space has to light up even if they're invisible?
Sure.
Yeah, we have to
Well,
make
they
some
have
dex
to-
saves though. Hold on.
They have to make some deck saves, yeah.
That's
yeah,
fine.
I also have to. Hold on.
Yeah, me too. That's fine.
I have to figure out what the dex of a bear is. Hold on.
So it's a 20-foot cube, and you're centering it on Eliseo?
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
mind being the center of a
Just to
rave.
Yeah, I was just gonna see, just to see if we can get an outline of whoever is speaking.
You get nothing.
Oh, it's just
Thinks
a
I
flat
hate it.
D20.
So Eliseo did a thing, Ulta did a thing. Aster, are you doing anything other than growling?
For the current moment, no. Considering she can't say anything. But she did make the dex save, so
Yeah, so did
it's not.
So I net 20.
Yeah, it's not encapsulated in
Favorite
glitter.
Okay. Juno, you definitely heard this. You have one opportunity to do something if you would like.
Has it been an hour yet?
No.
I will sneak my invisible behind. Do. That's the right screen. There we go. To this corner. And then do a little peek down the hallway. Just to see if I can get a glimpse of what's talking with my super dope ass eyes.
You see no one and nothing.
Sick. Love that for us.
All right. After all of your attempts at trying to make something happen, a Duergar will appear. And then a second Duergar will appear. They will both immediately enlarge themselves.
Oh, great.
And we're going to roll initiative. We'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we are, people. Two Duergar have just revealed themselves after threatening that we need to hand over the stone or be hurt. So, Eliseo, you were holding an action for when someone revealed themselves, and that did happen.
Yep.
So what
I
happens?
was gonna throw Sapping Sting, which means they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, 14.
My DC is 15.
Nice.
So, let me find D4s. Sorry, I should have pulled my damage dice out during break. Beans. 3 points of necrotic damage, and they fall prone.
Okay.
Yep. That was my held action. Top of the round.
So this guy, let's give him a... Can I not put... Oh, there we go. Snail. For prone. All right. Then at the top of the order, you will actually hear the sounds of combat coming from the room above.
Oh no, we left Icarus by
Oh
himself.
no. Not Icarus.
So things are going to happen. As I'm looking at his sheet, I'm going to speed things up a little bit by just going with averages for Icarus's stuff and making assumptions about what he would do to the best that I can. So just to keep things moving along a little bit, you can definitely hear the sounds of combat coming from above and grunts from both Icarus and at least one other creature slash
I was
person.
gonna say it's just him singing songs and people being like, shh.
Okay, then we are down to sorry, the Dwergar. So he's just, this one is just knocked prone. They're not like knocked out, right?
Prone, yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna get up and run toward you, Eliseo.
Yeah! Tank Wizard, activate!
That already happened. So he's gonna take a whack at you with this now massive war pick.
Cool.
Ooh! Swings like just over your head and smashes it into the wall. That's a definite crit fail.
So the chances. Oh my god, it's so funny.
This one's going to actually stay where they are and take a javelin to still you. But you're actually going to have half cover because of the other big dude in between you guys. And them enlarging themselves in this small space is making things difficult. So half cover, remind me, is that a +3 to your AC?
+2.
+2?
Yep.
14 to hit you.
I will shield.
Okay.
So no.
Okay, and then things happen with Icarus. Okay, then we are down to Eliseo.
Sweet. I am going to grab the javelin that was thrown at me and try and cast catapult and throw it back at him.
Okay.
I imagine that it fell nearby towards me, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have it fly from like there all the way this way. So I'm gonna try and hit this guy, and if it doesn't hit him, it will keep going and try and hit that guy in a straight line.
You're
That's
throwing
how
a
catapult
javelin in
works.
such a... Oh, catapult.
With
okay.
catapult. Casting catapult on the javelin.
Oops, not that. Are you able to ping catapult into roll 20?
Maybe? Yes.
How do you determine if it hits? Since there is no roll, I'm going to say
If
you
the object
just...
would strike a creature, that creature makes a dexterity saving.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep, so dex save for...
And I did not mean to cast it at second level. That's just where it was. I'm casting it at first, and it's
Okay.
doing
Yeah, no worries.
2.
10 for the first guy. So it hits the first guy.
So it hits the first guy and it does 3d8 as the first level.
Go ahead and roll that.
So, hooray. Uh, 13 points of damage.
Ow.
Uh-huh.
This one is definitely bloodied at this point. Worse for wear.
Cool. I think that's all I got. I don't have any bonus actions.
All right, Aster, you're up.
All right, cool. I'm a bear, so I'm gonna come on up here and hopefully hit this guy with a claw attack. We're just gonna try it. Never mind, it's a natural one. We're gonna try a bite instead.
Okay.
21.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
All right, what's the damage on this? It is d6 plus 2. For 7 damage.
Okay.
And that's all I can do. Multi-attack.
Alrighty. Juno.
Did you want to go first, Ulta?
Oh,
All right.
yes, Juno or Ulta.
So, bonus action. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Do. Excellent.
I have your spiritual
Moonsight,
weapon.
Activate. What?
Where is it?
You have it.
Oh no. All right. I'll have to fix that for next time. Where, can you ping where you're putting it again?
I am going to be putting it right about here.
Okay. And is that coming with its attack?
It is. I'm actually going to put it here. Sorry. By this guy in the back.
Okay.
And it's going to come with the attack. Hold, please. A 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Damn it. Alright, and then for my action, it's very crowded up here with a bear and my tall spouse.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna pop in back here. Oh, hi, Alta. And fire a crossbow that I have? Maybe not.
Oops.
Yep, I do. Okay. Crossbow. Light. Yeet! Or try this out. See how this works.
That will
That's
hit.
a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Kablam! 6 whole points of damage to the one in front.
Okay. The one in front shrinks back down to its original size and slumps to the ground.
Oh. Sorry for that, everyone. Sorry for that kill steal. You've been working hard.
Kill secure, not kill steal.
Anything else?
Nope. I'll crouch with the last bit of my movement to hide behind this coffin.
Okay. That'll bring us to Ulta.
Yeah, she will very quickly bonus action Hunter's Mark. Homeboy here. This one. This guy.
Okay.
And then step forward. If she could, she'll ride the back of the bear if they would allow it. No, I'm just
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do
I
it!
was teasing, but I will. So you'll see Ulta whisper very quickly, okay, I'm really sorry about this, Aster, but you're too big and I can't shoot around you. I don't want to risk shooting you. And she'll scurry kind of up her back. And so she'll shift over this way. And she's going to go for 2 crossbow attacks.
Okay.
15 and a 22.
22 hits.
Right, and that is this 4 plus, what is it for Hunter's Mark? Isn't it an extra d6? So 8 damage.
Okay.
And the other one's on the ground already dead, right?
Yes.
Check. She's not going to do anything else. That's all.
Okay. That brings us back to Icarus doing some stuff and things. The clash of battle continues behind the one you can see. And then we're down to Durgar again. This guy is going to run at the 2 of you.
Hello.
And actually try to, like, basically ram through the 2 of you and, like, sweep his arms to try and hit you / move you back. So, this is going to be an unarmed strike for them. And there's not a thing for that, so we have to do it manually. First one is for Aster, and if it hits, different things are going to happen for Ulta. The second one is for Eliseo. 12 to hit, and then a 6 to hit.
12 does hit.
12 does hit.
AC. I have
Okay.
an AC of 11 right now.
I need, first of all, both Aster and Ulta to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
I have a +6 to my dex. And this
Nice.
is some bullshit.
+0.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
okay. So, Aster, you are thrown 10 feet back. Ulta, you are not able to hang on, and you actually smash into Juno. So both of you are going to take 3 bludgeoning damage. Juno and Ulta, you're going to take 3 bludgeoning damage. And both of you are knocked prone. Aster, you are taking 8 bludgeoning damage from receiving the hit, and you are knocked prone in this spot.
Okay.
Eliseo, swung wide. Right? Didn't hit you? Okay.
Nah.
All right. And
I'm a
then...
tanky solid boy.
Yeah. From upstairs, you will actually see 2 more run down. Also enlarged. And you can see that the second one, Icarus definitely took a shot at and hit. All right. That was them. This is now Eliseo.
I'm reading the range of this spell because I kind of like it. 1 second, let me measure. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good with this. I'm going to cast Pulse Wave at 3rd level.
Whoa.
Yes, it's a 30-foot cone that I'm deciding is pushing away from me, they all have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a cool spell. Okay.
It is. Every creature that fails is pushed 15 feet.
20, 30.
Unsecured objects are completely unsecured objects that are completely within the cone are likewise pushed 15 feet. So, like, if the Stone of Galore is loose somewhere in this hallway, hopefully I just kind of shake it loose.
Yep. Okay, and all 3 of them are at least halfway in the area, so we're going to count it for all 3 of them. You said it was a dex save?
Constitution, actually.
Oops, sorry. That's a good thing I asked.
There you go.
1, going from top to bottom. 2, 3, 10, 17, 21.
10 fails and is pushed back 15 feet. So I think into the other one, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, roll some damage here. 16, and then 17, 18, 19. So 23 points of damage for the first one, force damage, and half as much on the successful ones. And then the one that failed is pushed back 15 feet.
Okay.
I do
the
love
one,
me some gravity magic.
yes, the one in front of you, on impact, shrinks back down to its original size and gets thrown back.
Before he oh, never mind. I was gonna say, can we Hunter's Mark him? But he did, so that's gonna move to the next guy. Never mind.
Okay. So this now limp, regular-sized Duergar is flying through the air and splats into the one right behind him and falls to the ground. Since the other one is enlarged, there's going to be slightly less damage than what would be normal for such a thing to happen, but he did fail the dex save to avoid all of it.
Oof.
So he's going to take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And
that kills him. No.
Yeah.
Hey, Icarus just really damaged him.
Yeah, he had taken some damage, and then he took a little more from the pulse wave. What if he was down to 1 and he died from his friend hitting him?
Oh, man. All right, anything else?
Funny. No.
All right, Aster, you are up.
Okay. I am prone, unfortunately. So I'm gonna use half my movement to get up and see how far I can go. Oh, okay. Well, I can get to about here because I have 40 movement as a bear, but that's as far as I can go. And I'm just gonna hold my action to multi-attack these guys if anyone gets closer.
Okay.
Get in range.
Ulta, sorry, I yoinked away the mounted combat right away, but we kept it honest at least.
It's okay. There's no saying that I won't just try to do it again.
Absolutely.
Quick question. What's Jamna doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good call.
I just know that she hits better than a lot of us do, so I would like to give her that opportunity to aid us.
You. I just hit all 3 of them very well.
This
Better
is true.
than a lot of us do.
Okay, I apologize. I'm not going to retcon any of her attacks, but we're going to get her in here. Ooh! Well, that would have been a help if I'd done it correctly. So Aster just went, right? We're going to have Jamna take a turn for this round and then go back to Juno Ulta and then back to the top of the actual order. So she's definitely taking a crossbow bolt shot. Hello? Well, that ain't working, so we're doing this. Dirty 20 to hit. That'll hit. for 10 piercing damage. And the guy in front is definitely hurting. The one right behind him is also bloodied, so it's not looking good for them. Juno/Ulta.
I'll go. I'm going to bonus action cut at this guy with my spiritual weapon. This guy here towards le front.
Okay.
Please work, spiritual weapon. That would be ideal.
Look at that.
Woo! I don't know why the second one happened, but yay! 16 points of slashing damage from my spiritual weapon. Oh, force damage. Sorry, not slashing.
Okay. Because it's a crit, how do you want to kill this thing?
I want it to be while I'm standing up. And just like, it's a very flippant thing as I like stare daggers at it and just say, "Where is my brother?" And will slowly creep my way out of being prone to about there. So it's a little bit of like a rage slice, and then I'm gonna turn and look at the other one when I realize that one can't respond. And I'm going to shoot it with my bow.
Oh!
Ain't that just the way?
Nope. No, I am not.
Swing wide, and it'll actually clang on the stairs behind it, and you'll hear Icarus yell, "Ah, what the hell? Be careful!"
Oh, thank God.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, I have done all of the actions I can do.
All right, Ulta, have at it.
She's gonna stand up and walk to a space that she can fit in between people's legs, probably, and knock 2 more crossbow bolts because she can't quite move up to get close enough to it. But she's also going to shift her hunter's mark to this last standing Durgar here.
Okay.
This one. A 23 and a 24.
Both hit.
Then I need my extra d6.
All right, Ulta.
16 damage.
Flavor the demise of this last enemy.
Let's go.
Yeah, she will essentially, in between probably Eliseo and Juno being much taller than her, sneak between their legs using them as half cover, and knock a couple crossbow bolts. And as he's slumping and dying, she would probably say, "Ooh, sorry, if you had any questions for him." That might have been the wrong thing to do, eh? And then she'll just walk over and just yank the crossbow bolts out of him.
All right, Icarus is going to quickly shuffle down the stairs with like his bow at the ready. See that you guys have finished the job and relax. And say, "I saw the door move, but I couldn't see them. And then I just heard that they were attacking you, and then the other 2 came at me."
Should we ask them questions? Would that be a good idea? One of them?
Yeah.
Gonna go and slap some spare the dying onto one. Let's go with this one, because it's closest. And it came at us and was the one that asked us for the stone. LOL. While it's still unconscious, I would like to pull their shirt down and see if we can check for a similar tattoo of the eye with the spokes.
No check necessary. Definitely has it in the exact same place.
Well, if they're looking for it, That's great, because it means they don't have it. Where the fuck is this stone?
So before she does it, I will crawl onto their chest and hold my short sword pointed at throat.
Yes,
I suppose
the bear
I
will
should heal them
stand
to wake them up,
menacingly.
because they're currently at
Shadow
0
over.
hit points and unconscious. Ugh. Use a spell for this? Of course I don't have healing word, I have cure wounds. So we're just gonna boop a little bit of that in. Of course. 11 points of healing into the one that we just killed.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool beans. This is what I get, but I also didn't want to waste a 3rd level spell slot. So.
Feel that. Yes.
I'm gonna have to legitimately be prepared for you guys to heal bad guys and try to question them.
Yeah.
Give me a quick second. I will be
Here
better
for the
prepared
mental
for
fuckery that this is. We killed you once, we'll do it again.
We brought you back into this world. We could take you out.
Okay, Mom.
Goodbye.
Aggressive.
I will happily put you back to where you were, which was dead. Dead.
Seeing a lot of new viewers in chat. Hi, new viewers. Welcome to TPK Roleplay.
Hello.
Okay. He's gonna wake up with a gasp, and like a quick jolt from, the last living memory he had was a killing blow. And you'll... Ulta, did you say you're right next to him, like with the sword at his throat, and then Aster is growling?
Yeah, standing over menacingly, like the shadow, like overreaching, like the top of this Durgar's head is almost pointing the sword at it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like standing on his chest if he's big enough. Like
Sure.
tiny lizard standing on chest, short sword pointed at throat, tiny hissing opossums, big giant bear.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. He'll still definitely be on the ground, and like look up at you with like a wide-eyed look, and then look at the bear and squint a little bit, as if like he just had a moment, but now has some renewed resolve. And I have forgotten the question that you asked him. Sorry, what was that? Or did you just threaten him generically?
I think Corndog had questions. I'm standing over him, not saying anything, but as he opens his eyes, I will say, no sudden movements, or the bear gets dinner, and my sword seeps blood. Oh,
Hi.
my friend has some questions.
Hello? The stone you were looking for. Number 1, I don't think it's here. We kind of combed the place pretty well. Number 2, what are you gonna do with this stone if you find it?
Bullshit. At least allow me the dying honor of truth. Show it to me.
All right, bud. All right, we're gonna play a game here, and I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth again. Just keep using all of my spells. I'm gonna need a nap. Zone of Truth. And out of 2nd level spells. Yum. Love that. Okay, so we're both in this together. This is
Ulta
not
would be in
fun
it by
for me.
default as well.
The bear will only speak truth. I promise.
11.
Excellent. Look, person. We are both in this zone of truth together. None of us found the stone because it was already missing. There was some magic stuff on the floor. I didn't really have time to decipher what was going on though, because you decided to fight us and my brother. So tell me what you were gonna do with the stone, or else I'll let the bear start eating. We skipped dinner today, so she's hungry.
Also
Bear
tell us
licks
about
her
Xanathar.
chops.
Also tell us about Xanathar.
That too.
I know nothing of Xanathar other than he requires the stone. It seems dinner and blood it is. And then he'll actually take a swing at Ulta.
Yeah, shopping
Rude.
state.
Yep. 10 to hit.
Ah!
So it doesn't hit you.
I'm going to look at Juno and the rest of the group and go, yeah, I mean, he doesn't
Bop him.
seem super helpful, right?
No. It would be more fun to incinerate them. And I'll just like stare creepily over Ulta's shoulder, staring down at this Durgar.
Yeah, I mean, he swung at her. She's looking for confirmation from the rest of the group that he's not helpful, and she's just going to push her short sword into his throat.
Yeah. I'll say
Or
I
at
would
least
have
try
instinct him
to.
anyways.
All right. Yeah, no rolling necessary.
Okay.
This is
Those are
a
19.
thematic thing, so you kill him. Again.
Again.
What a waste of 2 whole spells.
I'm
and also
so
we'll go,
sorry, love.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, she did not say that. I am saying that as a player. Juno's just disappointedly staring at this Turagar.
Yeah, and Ulta will just kind of wipe the blade off before putting it back into her side sheath.
At this point, you may notice that Jamna was not with you guys. After the last one fell, she immediately went to shuffling around in the particular, or behind the particular coffin that she's at, and hold out her hand to you guys and say, well, we may not have nothing. She's holding a key. Juno, you definitely would not have seen any with your Nat 20 investigation. Nothing that reasonably a key would go to in here.
Oh. Neat. Does anyone from here know what type of thing that this key would go to? Does the key look elvish? Would I know anything about this kind of key and where it is used?
That's a good question. I think it's reasonable to say you've seen locks and keys before of different varieties.
Neat.
This one looks, at least from where you're standing, fairly bland.
I didn't know if it looked like a bank vault key or something like that that had like a this goes here kind of thing. You know, for those fancy elitists that can own mausoleums.
Yeah, no, it definitely wouldn't look like anything fitting that kind of description.
the fun of it, I'm just gonna walk up and give the key a sniff. Does it smell like anything?
It stinks. You can make an investigation check to get more than that, but it stinks.
Sure. Bears do have keen smell, so can I get advantage on that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Advantage. Why?
It stinks of human body odor and bird shit.
Crinkles her nose with that and goes back.
Jamna will continue to say, I think I know someone who can help us with this.
Yeah, me too. Ulta says that out loud. I happen to know a locksmith in this town. Happens to be of the master persuasion. So, or she. Can't remember.
She.
They, oops, she, you're, big question marks. So we could head that direction, unless Jamna wants to utilize their own locksmith, if they are also of the master locksmith persuasion. So. But their name is Dwarf Ellispra Ulmar. So we'll go that direction to them. Sneakily, I think. Yes? Because it is still nighttime, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably sneak back out appropriately.
Sure thing. Haster will go back to being a humanoid. That key didn't smell good. It didn't smell right.
What do you mean by not right?
Well, it smelled like someone had put it under their arm for a really long time, and then, like, I don't know, under a building or under, like, the windows of a church where all the pigeons hang out.
Smelled like
It's
BO and
confusing.
poop?
Yeah.
What about, like, when you say BO, do you mean like maybe it was shoved in a coffin and smells like a dead body, or like somebody had it in a pocket for too long that
Do I have any idea, GM?
Yeah, you would know the difference. It's definitely not like dead body decaying. It is living human body odor and bird poop.
No, definitely living. Again, like, yeah, someone kept it in their pocket too long, or again, like, I don't know, maybe it was in a folder or something, and they just kept it under their arm for too long. I don't really know.
I've seen women sometimes in taverns who just like lift up and they just like put things underneath, so maybe it was like that, you know.
Maybe I don't know, but it did not smell good.
Yeah.
I don't recommend sniffing it.
I mean, didn't have much intention to, but thank you for taking that one for the team.
Just not.
So game plan, Ulta is asking the group, going forward, we're going to try to sneak back out of here, or are we going to, do you want to hunker down and camp out here for the night and then exit in the morn when everything opens up and we are able just to walk out? Because I don't know if we show up at our master locksmith's house in the middle of the night that she will particularly want to be helpful.
Right. I think it would behoove us to go to a different mausoleum, potentially, and not be here where the gazer knows exactly where we are. I don't
Or
know
more
if there's
people.
a way for us to sneak past them, though.
We could just kill it again.
True.
But yes, I think that's a good idea. Getting to a different mausoleum, at least where nobody would know where we were at. Even if like a guard comes through here at night, sees something, then they won't run into us.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we will. I imagine it to look something like the Scooby-Doo gang, with a bunch of little heads kind of knocking themselves out of the door without actually exiting the door, to see if we can get eyes on a different mausoleum that looks like maybe we could get inside without too much of a fight.
As you're poking your heads out, you will actually notice 2 guards quickly run up to the door and point their spears inward and just yell, "What is the meaning of this?" Shift you guys over here.
Ooh,
Ulta, you would recognize that these are the types of guards that stand guard at the entrances to the Dead City, or City of the Dead.
I'm probably good to just cast sleep on them, right?
Yeah.
Just gotta shh.
And while
Didn't see
she's
anything.
starting to do that, Ulta will just be like, "Oh, this is our family. This is our family crypt."
Nah. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
But like as she's doing that, I'm still being like, "Oh yeah,
They-
we are from the Garloff family. This is our crypt. Would you like to come in?" And then I'm just
Would you like to come in?
I'm just hoping that sleep works very quickly, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's 4 coffins. We
Yeah,
have
no,
and-
sleep has already been cast. I just have to do math. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I was gonna say, until it happened, she's like, "This is
Yes, please
Aunt
vamp for me. While I
Edna's
do the whole
crypt
tour.
here.
This is my
And-
unboxing.
Her husband is across. We have a second grandmother, if I'm remembering correctly." And I'm just like, I'm just rambling.
Aster is just
I'm
a deer in the
dying.
headlights this entire time.
Yeah, it's 40 points of hit points. Please
Okay.
put them to sleep.
They both slump to the ground asleep.
Yeah, so we'll just
Go
like,
around.
just tiptoe around them. Just
Very quietly, but also trying to keep our eyes out for the gazer. Do we have Pass Without Trace this time or no?
I can recast
Did
it.
I also happen to
let's
hit
go
the
for it.
gazer when I cast sleep in that area?
You did not.
Bummer. Well, I have more spell slots.
Goodbye, last second spell slot.
I don't have any of
It
those
was
either.
Nice to know you.
All right.
I have a third and a second left. And 2 firsts.
So go ahead and roll all of your own stealth checks, please.
Plus 10. Oh,
Nice.
man.
All right.
19.
32.
Okay, it
19.
doesn't matter if Icarus even rolls a nat 1. Good enough for all of you to before I ask that question, Ulta, you would know where this person's place is. And She's in the trades ward. That is from where you are. Straight south. So, would you like to go the way you came, or would you like to go a different way?
I think we were just gonna crash in a mausoleum, just not this
Yeah,
one.
Sorry.
If our stealth check will get us out of there safely, I think we could
We could try
get
it.
to a tavern. But
Exactly.
we weren't sure if the stealth check would get us all the way out, so we were trying to stealth to another mausoleum to crash, and then wake up in the morning and just stroll out.
Gotcha.
As if we were there visiting a family tomb.
So, in that case, I'll backtrack enough to say, make an investigation check, everybody.
Oh, I'm so good at investigation. $22.
Okay.
Fine.
I'll pull up Icarus and have him actually roll, and Jamna.
I got 22.
You did get a 22. Okay, we're gonna go with that. You are able to confidently tell that there is not a single other crypt around that's open. So you could try to open one.
I don't think we wanted to do that for sake of like stealthing.
Stone scraping, yep. So I guess we try to wiggle our way out.
Yep. We will utilize the same way in method, and this time keeping an eye out for gazers
Mm-hmm.
as
Okay.
we do so.
Yep. I can still cast sleep if we need to.
Okay. Everybody make a separate investigation check for that.
19.
Would perception also work, or is it investigation only?
You can choose. I would say it kind of walks the line between you're looking for something specific, but you're looking for something specific like in a range and not like right in front of you necessarily. So
Still wasn't
I
great.
already rolled, but that would have been great to know prior to. I got a natural one, so I think I see all the gazers. I, in fact, might be kind of paranoid for gazers at this point.
Are you a gazer?
are you really you?
It sounds like a propaganda poster. Are you a gazer?
Oh,
The real
yeah.
gazers was the friends we made along the way.
Get help here. Let's go to... Oh, I can't go to Icarus. That's okay. We'll just do this. Wow. Icarus tells you that he can absolutely tell the gazer you saw is gone, and there are no others.
Nice.
Wonderful. I will start heading out, and well, stealthing out was the game plan next. To like
Yep.
utilize Jamna's apparently magnificent wall climbing skills and or assistance to
Easy enough to do, no rolling necessary. So you are on the other side of the wall. The city is around you is in its usual nighttime buzz, but you are able to go over and across the wall undetected. What's next?
I'm trying to find a tavern with rooms to rent so that we can be at the Master Locksmith's as early as possible, because we all need naps.
Didn't we pay for rooms at the Awning Portal before?
We did. It's a bit of a hike away from here, but we could essentially go there too.
I mean,
For
like,
sure.
we paid for them already.
I mean, we're not necessarily hurting for money.
I know
to be
this is
fair,
true,
but
but like
yes.
we forgot that we paid for them last time.
Yeah, we can run to the Awning Portal and sleep there.
Okay. Anything you want to do or talk about along the way? Nothing really happens along the way.
Ulta will ask, do you guys want me to try to go talk to the Master Locksmith while you guys rest, or do we all want to just stick together as a group, go in the morning?
I think it's best that we stick together now that we know that there are many diverse parts that in the town that these gang members are around.
And unfortunately, if the gazers do have a way to communicate with one another, there's descriptions of who we are floating around here now, too.
Okay. To the Awning Portal, then. It's the usual jovial, a little overly drunken, busy that it is. But the employees inside greet you, generically from behind the bar as you walk in. And you will have the evening. So is there anything you want to do or talk about before having your long rest?
What time is it?
It's like...
Is it like...
well past midnight. Like bordering on almost morning.
Okay. I just didn't... If it was like 10 o'clock at night, I was going to be like, can we do like half rest? Short rest? But, yeah. So I will grab like a couple of casks of ale, sit and drink, and then go to sleep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Time for sleep.
Do we possibly want to stay in the same room tonight and sleep in the hut? Just out of an abundance of caution.
I'd feel safer, yeah.
All right. In that case, you can go ahead and mark off a long rest. We will end there tonight and begin with the next morning next time. So, this has been an episode of Queen's Gambit. Whee! Let's go around the table one more time and let us know who you are, where we can find you, and things you've got coming up that you might want to throw out there.
All right. Hey guys, it's me, Sir Heckelette. I played Aster, the Wild Hunt Shifter Circle of Wildfire Druid. In terms of where you can find me on all the social medias including our lovely Discord that you should definitely join. In terms of where you can see me next, I might be in a D&D session with Neon Lights Roleplay. We're not entirely sure how this weekend is going to pan out, so we'll see. But other than that, you won't see me until our one-shot on Halloween night, doing witch trials and Salem themed kind of stuff, which is going to be super duper fun. Yeah, moving it on over to Nif.
Hi, it's me. I'm Niffer. I'm playing Eliseo, the cool time wizard Asimar. And yeah, they're great and it's fine. I am going to next be showing up here on TPK on Monday for our Stargate Phoenix campaign, but if you can't wait until then, you can go see the not as cool sister campaign to that, which starts tomorrow for Stargate Basilisk. And yeah, if they're in chat, they're gonna be like bad team, best team, but no, good team, best team, right here. Yep, here they are. Hi guys. But yeah, it's promising to be a very good start. So go watch both campaigns. There is going to be some crossover at some point. So make sure you keep up on both. And then, yeah, our Rhyme of the Frost Maiden campaign will be back after January, so we get a little bit of a holiday break. Take your time and come see us then. And yeah, that's what I got. I got a Stargate and Queen's Gambit right now. So also I'm a Jasper's Game Day Ambassador, which is a charity for the education and prevention of suicide. I highly recommend you go check them out. There's going to be a link in the chat, either from me or somebody. And yeah, go check out what they're doing. They have been donating a lot of money to high schools around the country for education of what to do if a friend confides in you or what to do if you're struggling. So that's just been really cool to see the effects that we've been having, even in the past year. So yeah, I'm really proud of them. You should be too.
All right. Icarus is played by Hyacinth, who is no stranger to TPK things going on. I do not, unfortunately, know of other things he has coming up, but I know it's more than nothing. So he's also all over the Discord all the time, so you can see him there.
Is he, though? Is he?
Well, recently he hasn't been, but I think he's been busy.
I appreciate that his handle is being called out for always MIA. Hello, friends. It's me, Corndog McGraw. I will see you again on Sunday, where I am here in both the morning for Blood and Grit, where I play a handsome, barrel-chested man who's just trying to save Resurrection, and then in the evening, where I'm in Murder on the Primewater Pleasure, which is like Murder on the Eberron Express, except on a boat.
Nice.
So super excited about that, and then I get a good chunk of time off before we play Queen's Gambit again next. To you, Chrissy.
Neat. First of all, I need to say that the name Murder on the Prime Water Pleasure is ridiculous, and I don't know who thought that up, but I'm here for it. Anyways, so yeah, I'm Chrissy. I played Ulta, our Kobold Swarmkeeper Ranger. As for where you can find me all over the internet, at Chrissy Crits on all the things. I also just recently joined the Jasper's Game Day family, so you can find me doing all the Jasper's things as well. As far as TPK goes, let's see. So on every third or fourth Monday, you'll see me in Madness Calls It Forth, and if you are not following that game, you absolutely 100% should be. Proper is a phenomenal GM who has placed Easter eggs all over the TPK Discord and website and Twitter and his personal shit, to the point where like he has us calling phone numbers that are real. So, check all that out. Everything is a clue, #. And then Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, right? Am I getting the name right? Yeah, I always say it wrong, so just make
Swarm of Oats?
Swarm of Oats? Oats
Yeah,
Swarm?
oats warm.
Oats are warm?
Oats hands, warm hearts.
So there's that. I always get the Odyssey of the Dragon Lords wrong, and I want to say Odyssey of Tyranny of Dragon. Like, I want to mix the two because it's got dragons. It doesn't matter. I just get them mushed up. And then
That's the crossover event we need.
it's true. And then every other Thursday, you'll find me here. In between all of that, I am randomly and sporadically everywhere else, GMing and popping in and guest spotting all over the place. So you can find me wherever. Just message me. Come find me in Discord. Okay, thanks, bye.
All right, and I'm That Magic Juice. I run this game, of course, every other Thursday here on this channel. I do also run one other D&D 5th edition game on my own channel every other Sunday at noon Central, as well as some other stuff on different days, but that's kind of the main gig as far as TTRPGs go. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raid that came through. Don't forget to check out the Discord and the schedule for all of the things that are happening, because it's a lot, especially right now around spoopy time. We got a bunch of special stuff going on. I do also have a currently super secret project coming up to TPK, but that'll be after our next Queen's Gambit episode. So, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time.